And then you have...
That doesn't bother me as much as just the way he handles it.
Well,
go up, maybe put in 10 days of training camp or something, but I don't mind the other stuff. But
it's also different for a quarterback rather than like an offensive lineman or a running back, because you have to know the whole playbook as a quarterback, and the running back, you just need to know some pass plays.
Well, and you can be pretty much assured that he got that playbook in the mail like at the beginning of training camp at home.
But then it's chemistry with the wide receivers too, like the timing. I mean, in the NFL, like, it's not like playing in high school or college. You have to be perfect because those defensive backs will pick you off, like, as you saw.
They're not that tough, really.
I think he just didn't want to go to training camp because he didn't want to wear a cup. Because
that was awesome.
He didn't want to put a cup on because it's obvious that like he doesn't really even like to have pants on.
But that's where isn't that where he keeps his phone? Is it in his cup?
Oh, maybe.
There's a webcam attached to it.
Oh,
that little video was awesome when it just gets nailed in the balls.
Oh man, that was a good video. That was a very good video, and maybe we'll go. Maybe if I find it, we can go ahead and post that on our Facebook page. But like and then on top of all of that stuff with Brett Favre, there's also the Jen Sturgers things, and the NFL kind of holding out. Doing anything about it until
the process,
the
Adam.
Exactly.
It's a 3-week process to handle this. Oh wait, it's the offseason. No, Brett Favre can't come back now.
You can also blame ESPN for a little bit for both Brett Favre and LeBron James and their bitchisms. Because, I mean, if it wasn't for ESPN just, constantly touting these two, prima donna divas, then we wouldn't know half this crap. But since they shove it down your throat constantly, you're kind of forced to
you're absolutely
put up with
right.
A lot of this crap.
And they should have definitely been on Bitch of the Year list.
Yeah.
ESPN.
ESPN?
Yep.
Well, I'm sure ESPN will do some pretty bitchy things to get themselves nominated for next year's list.
Because I've heard so many, not just this show, but I have heard sports fan after sports fan just complain about ESPN this year.
Yeah.
That it's not even a sports network anymore.
Or what about the NFL officials?
No, I mean, there's plenty of other, nominees.
There's a lot of bitches out there.
To me, it just seems like these four individuals stood out more than anybody else. And, Ben Roethlisberger as well. He was a huge topic on Growdy. That's where he wasn't coined the name, Ben Raplesberger there, but he was referred to as Ben Raplesberger on Growdy.
We've been calling that for a long time on Growdy, actually.
And the thing about Ben Roethlisberger, too...
He can drink like a champion.
He can drink like a champion, yep. Is, he had the one allegation of, sexual assault, which, okay, you know what, maybe the girl was, kind of off the rocker a little bit, maybe she was kind of, maybe going after him a little bit. But then there was the second sexual allegation. And when you start to have those mount up, that first one seems a little bit more credible, now that there's a second one there. So...
Well, and the case got dropped, and he still got suspended.
Which...
No, exactly. Which shows that he did something. Whether or not he paid them off or what, something happened, obviously. Because if the allegations would have been found to be false, he would have come out and went, I stand by my innocence. In the NFL, if they wouldn't have actually found anything, would have been like, all right, they wouldn't have suspended him, but he still got suspended, so.
Yep. And I mean, since this is, it seemed to us based on our discussion, it seemed like Brett Favre probably should have been the biggest bitch of 2010. But this is all based on the voters, the listeners, the people who kind of follow the majors. So and they voted LeBron James.
It was their decision.
I totally agree with LeBron James.
Since we do have some time, I'm sorry, Squirrel, we're gonna.
Oh no.
Since we do have some time, we're gonna go ahead and do the biggest badass of 2010. And the biggest badasses of 2010, the nominees are Cain Velasquez of UFC MMA, Ndamukong Suh, NFL, Detroit Lions, Roy Halladay, Major League Baseball, Philadelphia Phillies, and Greg Nozell, NCAA football, Virginia Tech, and the winner of the biggest badass of 2010 is Ndamukong Suh
Sweet.
Detroit Lions.
Pro Bowl.
Right on.
Pro Bowl.
Just announced like
Yep.
an hour ago.
Hour ago. Yep. Will be a starter for the NFC.
Leads defensive tackles and sacks.
And he's a rookie too.
I mean, he's been the greatest gift to Detroit sports in a while, like years.
Since Tim Shovel Day, right? But the thing about Ndamukong Suh is he has a little bit of a streak to him too. I mean, it seems like he has a little bit of a nasty side to him when
he's aggressive.
He's very aggressive. I mean, we've seen what he did to Jake Delhomme. We saw what he did to.
He called him a mean name.
Yeah, we saw what he did to Jay Cutler, which it's amazing he got a fine for that, considering it was just a shove to the back. It looked a lot more than a shove to the back, during the regular speed of the game. But I mean, that's
called a reputation.
Yeah, he's already developed a reputation,
yep.
But that just goes to show how incredibly strong this guy is, to make a shove look like a forearm to the back.
Oh yeah, I mean the angle that you saw on television, it looked like a forearm, but when they showed a replay, it was like, oh no, it was just a blatant push down. He just pushed him down like a rag doll. I mean,
absolutely.
No, it was a completely illegal hit.
The NFL is just defending quarterbacks way too much now. Like,
sure.
Jay Cutler was a runner. I mean, sure, it was.
He's a runner outside the pocket, and
it did look like a club, but when you go back and look at it, how can you find him?
And you know what? I don't mind. I mean, football is a fast game, and I don't mind the penalty at the time just because it did. I mean, when I was watching it, it did look like a forearm.
Oh, it definitely did.
So I don't mind the penalty at the time, but the fact the NFL gave him a $15,000 fine, and I know that's nothing to these guys. But still, the NFL saw the replay. They saw that it clearly wasn't, yet they still gave it to him. And a lot of people are saying that the only reason why he got it is because a few days before he got the fine, he said that he's not going to change the way that he plays the game. He's still going to go out there and be aggressive. He's still going to go out there and
that's
basically...
what you want to see. I mean, it's how he plays. You don't want to change how he plays.
Yeah, he basically said he's